Welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about the bulk editing options that you have in Pivotal Tracker. There is, to the right of every story, a small little checkbox that you can check. As soon as you start checking that box, you'll see that the menu at the top has changed, and that has given me the bulk edit options. So from here, you have the option to assign a label. So that label could be either a green label or a purple epic. So you can, in bulk, associate a label or an epic with stories. You can, in bulk, move stories to another project. So if we want to move these stories to a different project or a different team is going to pick up that work, we can do that. You can also do that in a workspace, but it's nice to be able to do it from within a project. You can bulk create reviews. So if you've just created a bunch of new stories and you know that those stories are going to need a QA review or a design review, whatever review types that might be, you'll be able to assign those review types to all of those stories all at once. We can clone stories in bulk. So if we want to make copies of these stories that we're going to reuse for whatever reason, or maybe we're cloning them, perhaps because we're going to do work on iOS as well as Android, for example. So we want a copy of them, and then we're going to rename the copies to be the other operating system. Then we can make copies of all of those stories in bulk. You can replace the owners of stories all at once. So if we want to show that the owner of these stories was perhaps a stakeholder that requested it instead of the person that actually created the story, we can do that. That would be actually, I'm sorry, replacing the requester. You can also replace the owner. So if we're reassigning work to someone else, you can do that. We can select stories and then export to CSV. So you can pick and choose a subset of your stories and then export them to CSV. And then you'll see here to be used with caution, but you can delete stories in bulk. So we can check stories and then hit the delete and delete those stories. It will give you a warning. So it will warn you that you have selected 4 stories, and if you really want to delete them, you can hit the delete key, or you can say, oops, and cancel out if that was not what you meant to do. I'm going to deselect those bulk options, and I do want to point out, since we're talking about deleting, if you are an account owner or an admin, you do have the ability to recover deleted stories. So if you have deleted stories that you didn't intend to delete, know that you do have the ability to recover them later. So that's a little bit about the bulk options. Once you have selected some stories and selected your options, in this case, I'm going to clone them. It will clone the stories, and then it will remove the bulk actions item so that you're not stuck with that open, but you can go ahead and select the stories again if there were multiple things that you wanted to do. So thank you for watching, and please be sure to watch our other tracker videos to learn even more.